Hi guys, Paul Pluta on the Archie Luxury channel and the Paul Pluta channel. And today guys, I want to talk to you about Rolex Madness. That's right. The situation with Rolex is crazy. If you want to buy a brand new sports steel Rolex, well guys, get on a waiting list if they'll take you in. A good friend of mine, Scotty went to, he actually bought a Deep Sea a number of years ago. That was the new ceramic Deep Sea. And he then bought a Batman through the grey market. And now he sold that, and now he wants to buy a Pepsi, the new Pepsi. He wants to buy a Rolex sub, any number of new Rolexes. Well, he wants to buy one. He wants one for himself. He's just, your everyday guy who wants to own a Rolex. He walked into his local Rolex dealers in Brisbane. We have Langford's, which has a boutique. It's sort of a pseudo boutique. It looks like a boutique, smells like a boutique, but it's actually it's Langford's. They used to have a jewelry store. Now they just solely do Rolex, which is fair enough. And he also went to ARCHIE'S, and both stores said to him, hey, you don't even bother putting your name down on the list. He offered to pay up front, pay for the watch, and sit and wait. They wouldn't even take his money. Now, it's quite an interesting situation indeed there. Scotty actually said to me, just called every single Rolex AD in Australia. This is for a steel sports Rolex. Rolex Sports, Sea Dweller, 4000 subs, GMT, Batman, Pepsi, any of these sports Rolexes. No stock. He just rang every AD in Australia, no stock at all. Called Singapore Airport, nothing. Only way to buy, pre-owned dealer and pay way above retail. He said to me, Scotty said, he just said, it's just so frustrating. Keep your ears and eyes out for a sub no date, or a Batman. That's what he's chasing. So I put the call out, anyone in Australia, because otherwise you get nabbed with nasty customs duty. Everyone talks about free trade, but that only applies to big conglomerates. Doesn't apply to small little people. No. We want to tax the fuck out of you. And that leads me to the next question. When is this Rolex disaster going to end? And a very good question indeed. Very, very good question indeed. And my answer is, guys, don't panic. It will end. It's like any superpower in history. We look at the Greeks, or the Romans. What happened to them? Okay, the Greeks and the Romans ended up a big orgy, a cesspot of debaucherate sex, and they're a shadow of their former self. What happened to the Napoleonic Empire, the French? Well, that kind of ended in a bad sort of way. What happened to the Brits, the English Empire, Great Britain, the Commonwealth? Well, that sort of ended badly too. We have a look at America. Well, that's sort of teetering on there. What happened to Japan? That was going to be the manufacturing buzz, they're so smart. Well, that kind of ended. The Chinese, well, Trumpster sort of turned the switch off on those fuckers. I got to tell you, you look at wristwatches, well, you go back 20 years ago, and the market was quite different. Yes, Rolex Steel Sports were desirable, but you could go into a lot of dealers and get a GMT, a Pepsi, a Coke. There was no problems. The watches that were hard to get, Panerai was selling for, it was like Rolex is today. They were so in demand. I tell you another brand that was shooting hoops, IWC. That's right, IWC. They had delusions of grandeur. this ingenua here, this was when they thought they could take on AP. And they marketed this watch here as Rolex AP quality at a Rolex price. And the market did not agree with them. So, yeah, that's IWC. IWC was very expensive for a long time. And I got to tell you, there were so many brands there that were so damn dear indeed. Tudor was a joke. Going back 20 years ago, Tudor was a joke. They had some horrid, really horrid pieces. I'll tell you one brand that's really surprised me, and this brand was quite strong 10 years ago. Omega. Now, what's happened to Omega? It's the same thing that's going to happen to Rolex. Any of these big leaders, what happens is they get too full of themselves. They get too big for their boots. Now, Rolex is a little bit different because it's not a private or a public company. It's actually a charity. They're a charity trust, and they've got oodles of cash, but eventually, they, like every other leader in the marketplace, they will fuck it up badly, and the market will come back in again. Omega, I remember Omega was trying to be Rolex so badly, and then they fucked it up. They really go to Joma's shop now and see what the Speedmaster Professional is selling for. Omega fucked it up. They had these posh boutiques. They were really hitting that sports genre hard, and they fucked it up. I think it's only a matter of time before, things level out a bit there. I mean, brands like IWC, Panerai, JEWELLERY, they will pick up. They're very, very flat and low at the moment, but they'll come back up. And interestingly enough there, a brand that I think would be, a brand that I think is very, very good value at the moment is Breitling. Breitling, they were quite expensive watches, but fuck do they depreciate. Fuck do they fall in the pre-owned market. Breitling itself there, it's an absolute shitter what happens to Breitling. Breitling's in the marketplace. Jesus Christ. Look at my one here. I got this for half the new recommended retail. It was 3 days old. And so I think, look, the good news is that things never stay the same forever. Always remember that. Eventually, Rolex will fuck it up. They will release far too many limited editions. Eventually, I think they will fuck it up, just like everyone else who was the market leader has fucked it up over time. Rolex themselves there, I mean, look, you go back to the late 90s, and Pam was they were Paneristes. They were the cool people, highly collectible. I mean, even Kenny Nguyen from Jewelers on Time fame, he had a box of Pams. And although I don't think that will probably come back ever the same again, what I'm trying to say is that Rolex won't own this market forever. Things will eventuate, and it's a very interesting strategy that they've taken, but you can be sure of one thing. Whoever's the leader, they eventually do fuck it up, okay? It's like when George W. Bush was in the White House. The Republicans eventually do fuck it up, and then the Democrats come in. They have a long reign, and then they fuck it up themselves, and we switch. So I really do think the luxury watch genre itself there, it'll probably fix up. It will really fix up, And I gotta say, it's only a matter of time. So the Rolex situation where they are so damn hot, they are so wanted, nothing lasts forever. Just remember that. Nothing lasts forever, and it'll eventually, they will fuck it up like everyone else has fucked everything up. So don't panic. You can be assured that the future holds. Change is always happening. So just remember that, and just get a bit of sensibility. I mean, I think the smart money, why not take advantage of what was really cool before, which is really drop, boom, like Panerai, IWC, JEWELLERY, Breitling. Get those brands that used to be so highly regarded. They've fucking fallen. Well, now's your time to buy. Do the opposite to the market. That is always a wise idea. Do the opposite to what the market is saying, because basically at the end of the day, sheeple are stupid. Sheeple are stupid. You know, it's just human nature, fuckers. So that's a bit of advice from the pontiff. Tell me what you fuckers think. Comments below, like, subscribe, tell your circle jerking friends, and tell me what you fuckers think of that. Hey guys, my name is Paul Pluta. I'm the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III, AC3. Guys, I need a bit of help. It's very hard running a YouTube channel relying on Google Ads alone. I'm in a special niche, and I speak my mind, and I don't have all those Seiko wannabes, all the people who want assurance about their affordable shitters. So I've got to really try hard to bring in the revenue. Guys, if you like my content, if you think I'm a great chap to have around, why don't you help me out? There's a number of ways you can help me out. This will keep me full-time on YouTube. Look in the description of this video for some ways you can help me. You could sponsor me on Patreon. That allows you to send a small monthly amount to me every month. It can be $1, it can be $100, whatever you can afford. The next way you can help me is, well guys, I really need some money to keep things going. Paid reviews. On the Paul Pluta channel, I run paid reviews. For as little as $20 US, I'll give you an opinion of your collection, of what you're looking at. I'll try and answer. There's heaps of other ways you can help me. I do telephone consultancy. For $50 US, I will talk to you on Skype or WhatsApp and answer your horological or personal problems. Any questions, I'll give it a go. Now guys, please help us out. Look down below, and if you could help us out, I will stay here and make videos full time on YouTube. Okay. The Rolex Batman, one of the hottest sports watches of all time. And today I want to show you, I want to take you and show you how this watch looks. So I've got my really cool camera here to take some really good pictures. So this is a Rolex Batman. Batman because it has the blue-black bezel there. So it's quite it's a very cool watch indeed. This is a ceramic bezel. The piece you're seeing here was sold late 2013, and I want to show you some of the features of this wonderful watch. Now the interesting thing is the chapter ring on the piece here. Let's go and take a look. Chapter ring there, all around it. the bezel rotates. It's bi-directional, so on a Submariner, on the Submariner, it only moves one way, whereas on the GMT, it moves